We have three groups. The control group that has no access to Wordsworth Learning or to the augmented reality content, and the pilot group is not with us tonight. Everybody that got this link, they're either in the Wordsworth Learning group or in the augmented reality group. So what we're going to showcase here is how you can access the content and how you can access the Wordsworth Learning program step by step. So first of all, we sign in and I take it to Tom on Oregon.
So here we go. So you can find the button called sign in here on the top. So you click on this button and then you have your user ID and password. So you will type them in here. So I'm going to log in as a student for this demonstration. So now here we are. So this is the dashboard for Wordsworth Learning. So there are several buttons and levels. So maybe I'll go back.
Okay, there are 7 levels to the program. You will see each of the students, as you know, I did an assessment with, and on the recommendations, it will explain who's got to do the 7 levels. Some students, everybody will do level 1. Some students will do level 1, 3, and move on from there. Some will do level 1, 4. It really depends on what their baseline of literacy was at the beginning. Up here in the top, on the learning materials, you will see there's a recommended schedule. Everybody should print that off. This tells you the amount of modules that you want to do per session, and each session is about 15 minutes. So it tells you exactly what you want to try and cover. You can certainly go slower, don't go faster. Okay, so don't try and blitz through it, because the student will not have enough time to consolidate and learn what's been taught. There's a constant chart button, which gives you the constant charts that you must print off in color. There's a vowel chart button, which gives you the vowel charts that you must print off in color. This is the green and blue counter button, and this is only needed for level 2. Some students don't have to do level 2, so that is redundant for them. On level 4, there's a summary of the 20 major rules. Everybody should make a copy of that. On the last one, level 6, there's a summary of the syllable division rules. Again, everybody should make a copy of that. To get back to the dashboard, you just press levels. So as I say, it's from level 1 to level 7. Every student will do level 1 because it's teaching about the speech sounds in English. So no matter how good your reading and spelling skills are, you must get this grounding. It's different to phonics. It's working through what's called phonemes, so it's speech sounds as opposed to letter sounds. Level 2 is particularly useful for students who have spelling difficulties, because it teaches how to identify the number or an order of sounds in a nonsense word. Nonsense words are used because you can't guess at it. You've got to think what vowels and consonants are in use. Level 3, they are reading and spelling now nonsense words. So this really teaches decoding and encoding skills. In other words, reading and spelling skills. And I'm sure you'd all have heard of what word attack. So it teaches students, if they see a word that's unfamiliar, how to break the word down into its component parts and reblend it. And if it's for spelling, they can think how many sounds in a word, what is the order of the sounds, so it helps with spelling. So on level 4, there are 20 rules. The first 8 are done in great detail. So there is a video tutorial, and the videos are short. There's a video tutorial, and then there's a reading and a spelling exercise to consolidate or to practice everything that has been taught. I would expect the students to be able to manage the reading at this point. With the spelling, particularly the younger students, they may not get the spelling right. That's okay. What they need to get right, though, is the rule part of the word. Then on to my levels again. On level 5, they're going to now bring in real words. These are single syllable words, one beat words, where the student reads single syllable words that have used the rules that I've taught them so far. There's then also a spelling section where there are single syllable words that are on the school curriculum, and you're also taught a very useful visualization technique to learn off the irregular words in English. Level 6, as I mentioned, would be the syllable division rules. There are 9 rules for reading and spelling, and there are videos to teach each rule, and then reading and spelling exercises for each. And then finally, there are the prefixes and suffixes for reading and spelling. Do you want to talk about the AOR stuff, Tominori?
Yes.
And to pass this over to you. So if I bring you onto a vowel chart, and Tominori is going to demonstrate the AOR. Now, the Wordsworth Learning won't have this. The Wordsworth AOR will have.
Thank you, Rita. Tominori again. So here are some charts, like on top, several charts, vowel charts and consonant charts, and I go to the top one. So for example, if you click on this B, then the camera will open, and then by now you should have received this card, and then you hold up this black and white marker and then show it to the camera. So if you have a tablet, it might be holding your tablet, then point that out to the marker, and then you can.
Is the sound on mute?
And let's click on this. It should have a sound file, so like when you click, you will hear the sound, or the same similar thing for other icons. So good. So this is how it works. Every other AR object would have similar things. So you get the idea of how to use it. And then here in the consonant charts, like there will be some clickable icons here. And then if you open it, you can see a short clip demonstrating how you pronounce it. So this is how you use it. So, and then these charts will appear throughout these 7 levels. Anytime you need it, you can open it and use the AR feature for the AR group. I'm going to finish.
Hi, it's me again. At each of the levels, there's a questionnaire that really tests the student's knowledge before proceeding. So you press the questionnaire on level 1. After watching or doing the exercise in level 1, you do the questionnaire, and this will be indicated on the schedule. And there are 10 multiple choice questions, and they tick which was the right answer and go on to next. Once the 10 questions are done, you're then given a report, and the average would be 70% correct. Any errors, you're then told exactly what level and module to go back and watch before proceeding. You really want to get 100% before you move on to the next level. So to get back to levels, again, you just press the levels button and you resume where you left off. Okay, I'll pass you back to Tominori again.
Thank you, Rita. So I'm going back to the AHA dashboard now. So we are going to demonstrate how you log in as a teacher or a parent. So you also have those login details. So let's input that. And then you click on the sign in. And on the first login, you will see this page, like it's one question from our survey. So please answer, choose one and click on submit. For demonstrating, I just go on. So now you will see this as a dashboard. So I'll go through one by one. So you will see a list of students here. There are 4 buttons associated with each student, and you can see the student accounts on WWL. So that will bring you back to what you saw just now. And then there's also case data. It's results from pre-assessments and post-assessments. So you will check the results. How was it? So it's a test account, so like we don't have it shown, but like in your own accounts, there will be some values from your assessment. And then the third button is observations button. So it's one of the most important parts for this project. So when you click on this, you will see these charts. It will show the results of your observations from the most recent session. So each time you will be entering new observation. So click on the bottom from the right-hand side here. And then there are 4 slide bars here. Each corresponds to the categories of off-task behavior. So in each session of 15 minutes, you are going to observe your child's behavior. So when they are off task, for example, they are not focusing on the module on WWL program, like it is counted as off-task behavior. So the first one corresponds to the overall off-task behavior. So if you think throughout the all 15 minutes, the child is not focusing on the study, then you will click on this, like majority of the session, the student is not focused. And if the student is totally focused from beginning to end of the session, then it will be the never. So depending on how much the student is focused, you can click on the corresponding percentage. And below will be the breakdown of this off-task behavior. So we have categorized it into 3 categories. So one is motor, another is verbal, and the third one is passive. The motor corresponds to something physical or like physical actions of the students. So if it involves some off-task behavior with motor, you will check on these. And also, the second one is verbal. So if your student's off-task behavior involves some verbal elements, then you click on this. And then the passive is something else. So if the student is passively off-task, then you will click on this. So the more in-depth explanations will be found here on your right-hand side, and also in the booklets there will be some detailed explanation. So if you have a question, please refer to that. And then once you have selected all these values, then click on the submit observation button here. And then it will be recorded in our database, and as well as here it will be displayed. So the breakdown will be like this. So overall, I clicked on 40%, and then as motor and verbal and passive, I clicked on these values respectively. And as of now, I am using the teacher test account, so it indicates as teacher, as a person who defines this. And also the setting is school, so it will be recorded as school. And then the student level at the moment is 7, so it will be shown like this. So this is the overview of this observation part. And then you can go back to the dashboard from student list icon. And then last button for each student will be data analytics. So something like this, a total of 4 charts will be displayed here. Each corresponds to multiple choice questionnaire scores and time spent on Wadsworth Learning program, and change in your students' off-task behavior as an estimate. So this will be updated on an ongoing basis. So this is data analytics section. And for teachers, there is one button called WWL tutorial on top. So you can click on this. Let's talk about the training.
Okay, very simple again. So you have your introduction part, that just talks a bit about the AR and the Wordsworth, and it gives you some tips here before you start. And then there's a video to watch to get you settled into the program, exactly what you need to do. Tutorial, sorry, that's the button. So level 1 then. Again, you scroll down for your information here, your video. If you want to go and look at any of the particular modules, you click on this and it gives you the modules. That'll bring you back to different parts in the program, the things that you need to watch. All you need to do is be one step ahead of your student. Don't try and watch all the videos in one go, but this will teach you exactly what you need to do and it'll give you extra information to go along. Okay. It is very, very straightforward and self-explanatory. Okay, thank you.
Browser back button, and now here we are. So now I believe covers everything. So I'm going to log out. So here is the log out button. You can log out from that, and then you can type in when you want to log back in. Thank you so much. So
I'll summarize.
Yes, I will pass back to Eleni.
Thank you, Tomonori. So just to summarize, when a student logs in, goes straight to the Wordsworth Learning content, they don't see the dashboard, and they go straight to Wordsworth Learning content, either with the augmented reality content or just the Wordsworth Learning content. Now, the parents and the teachers will be able to view at which stage the student is from the Wordsworth Learning account through the student list. We have teachers and parents that have more than one student under the student list, and they will be able to see individually where they will be for each student. The most important thing to remember is that each session is around 15 minutes, mastering per day. And at the end, you need to enter your observations for these 5 numbers percentages so that we can record them. At the end, you can always view the data analytics for each of your students, but we will have a further detailed report at the end of the post-assessment exercise in June 2019. So this phase of the pilot will last up until included the end of May 2019. And then Rita, like she did with the pre-assessment, she will follow up with the post-assessment exercise to each student. And then we will collect the data and we'll file up a report for each student that you will get for free again. Now, this is the introduction. As you know, pilot group and Wordsworth Learning group without the augmented reality, you will all get a license from Wordsworth Learning augmented reality content that will last for a year. So it's not a case whether somebody is in or out of the project. Everybody is in the project. It's just that we have to group you so we can get information and the impact that augmented reality has for these students. And after that, you will all receive the license and full access to the full system that you need at the end. Now, I will pause here and I will open it up for questions to everybody, and I will stop recording as well.